I'm Sophie Turner. I play Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones, and I'm following the nerd.
FTN. More powerful than Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, The Thing, The Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, The Fantastic Four, The Flash, Green Lantern, The Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Wolverine, Blade, and Daredevil combined.
Oh well, okay. These things don't seem to like to work for me. There's something about this system and Windows that just doesn't agree with me.
User error.
What?
User error. You're just because you're a woman.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
See, I'm a guest. I can say what I want.
I just walked in on you.
I can say what I want. I can say what I want.
Do you know what? He's been disappointing me tonight.
Not the first
Well,
time
it's
you've...
not the first time
Anyway,
you've said
moving
that to
on.
me.
Anyway, no, it's just the software and this isn't working, so I haven't been able to play our little links and things,
Okay.
which makes me sad.
I was listening to the show. You were doing cracking work. It was very funny.
Yes.
That's a funny joke too.
Cracking work because it was awful.
No, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, have you talked about Paul Walker?
Not yet.
So we thought we'd save that because it would kind of bring the mood down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it was a bit of a shock.
Yes, it was Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
He was involved in an incredibly horrific car crash.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if you've seen the photos because it may shock and severely disturb you to see them, but like the wreckage of the car is so horrible. I mean, there's very little of it left. What we do know is that he was involved in some type of major accident. He wasn't driving. He was in the car with someone else. He was a passenger, and whatever happened, like high speed was involved. The car lost control, crashed into a lamppost, I believe it was, and instantaneously burst into flame.
Yeah, but there was no skid marks or anything. They reckon it was a problem with the steering fluid.
Right.
The car literally just swerved straight off the road into the tree. So it didn't have a chance. But yeah, it was one of those sort of things, because I never really rated Paul Walker as a great actor, but I'm a huge fan of the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
And I actually was upset when he died. Do you know, because it happened our time at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, no, it happened earlier, but the news was breaking at around 2 a.m, 3 a.m. And quite strangely, there was a story during the week, one of those fake movie star death stories online,
Right.
that he had died in a car crash. And
Really?
all his publicists had come out and said, no, this is nonsense. So whenever we were Googling it, myself and Ed over in the States, we were trying like mad to basically confirm the story. But all we were getting was the previous statements that came out, I think it was literally the day before,
Yeah.
from his PR people saying, no, this is nonsense. But TMZ were running the story, no, he really is dead. He died today. And we were just getting so it was really strange. It was one of those really, really strange stories. And everybody that was running the story, websites started picking it up, but they were all quoting TMZ.
Yeah.
Or TMZ, which was kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, a really good guy, a lot of charity work, you know, did a lot of good things in his life. And yeah, surprisingly how much, you know, how shocked everybody was.
Yeah, and the thing is, he was 40. No age at all.
No.
Absolutely no age at all. He leaves behind him a 15-year-old daughter who had literally just moved out to California, I believe it was,
Yeah.
to be a bit more closer to him, and unfortunately now he's passed away. It's heart-wrenching stuff. It's heart-wrenching whenever anyone is taken away from you at that age, but especially that when he was trying to re-establish a connection with his daughter. That's really heartbreaking stuff.
In regards to his movie career, the Fast and Furious movies, over the last sort of 5 years, has become one of my favourite franchises.
Yeah, because it's one of those movies where, like, the first couple I didn't really rate.
Yeah.
Like, because they were just kind of those generic car movies. But
Yeah.
then, like, obviously after Tokyo Drift...
Yeah,
you know,
once Justin Lin took over.
Yeah.
They became, I mean, it's Universal's biggest franchise. They're great movies, but there's talk now that they may not continue with them.
Yes,
This could be it now.
Yeah, because Fast and Furious 7 has been postponed now indefinitely. Which, of course, how could you continue it?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the actors, because something that surprised me as well was if you look into the camaraderie between these, you know, the actors
Yeah.
off screen was just as good as it was on screen.
Yeah, and especially even, like, not even Vin Diesel, but, like, some of the actors who joined later on, like The Rock, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they just it's such a family, and I know they play on that in the movies. You know, like at the end of the last one, they had the scene outside the house around the dinner table, and you know it really felt like family. That's not just in the movie.
No, that's their life.
That
was
their
their life. That was their life, which is great. But I mean, personally, I hope they do continue it, because I know this sounds cliche, but I think he would want them to continue.
Yeah, no, of course.
Do you know?
Because it's a movie franchise. If you were part of it, you'd be so proud of it.
Yeah.
And you'd hate to be the reason why it's not being continued anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like despite the fact that it's not your fault, you know, but it would be incredibly sad not to see them continue it and continue essentially what arguably is part of his legacy.
Yeah. Did you see did you see the final scene that he filmed that was going to be released as a teaser trailer?
What was it? Oh, at the funeral?
At the funeral, which was really, really eerie.
It was, yeah.
Wasn't it? Because his last line was just one more funeral.
Another funeral to go.
was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Kind of creepy.
You want to talk about this?
Well, I didn't really want to talk about it because I don't feel I'm in any way at all.
I don't kind of feel qualified to, but I kind of feel we need to mention it.
Yes, we should definitely say that. Just breaking news is that Nelson Mandela has died. Just I think in the last couple of hours, actually.
Yeah.
95 though. 95.
That's an incredible age,
Do you have any
isn't it?
details?
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, he's been in hospital for like 3
3
months
Yeah,
with like a lung infection or something, wasn't
Here's
he?
the really weird thing, right? And I'm going to sound like a crazy person.
Crazy.
I was sure he died last Christmas.
That is crazy.
Right.
No, because he was really sick last Christmas, and I remember people on TV saying,
Yeah.
he was a great man, and you know the world won't be the same without him and stuff. I was sure he had died,
Right, okay.
but evidently,
It's all a big
He's-
trick.
yeah,
Yeah, he's only just passed away now.
yeah. But I was sure I
Maybe he was in the process of dying and it's just lasted up
yes,
until now.
he was, and I think it was one of those things where they were completely prepared for it, and he pulled through. But yeah, but it was weird. But yeah, so no, I mean, you know, I think what is this? This is BBC. 95 led South Africa's transition from white minority rule in the 90s after 27 years in prison. Yeah, it says here he's been receiving intense home-based medical care for a lung infection after 3 months in hospital. In a statement on South African national TV, Mr. Zuma said that Mr. Mandela had departed and was at peace. Our nation has lost its greatest son, Mr. Zuma has said. Yeah, so I mean, very, very sad. The world knows the name Nelson Mandela.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, it's very sad.
And there's a movie coming out in the next while as well about his life
Idris
too.
Elba's playing him, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Which
kind of
could be very good too.
yeah. So, but there you go.
So rest in peace to Nelson Mandela as well.
A world without Mandela, huh?
Yeah. How do we go on?
Stop it now.
What?
Nothing.
So is there anything else we want to talk about tonight, folks?
Well, I want to talk about this whole situation with Batman versus Superman.
Oh yes.
Because it's not Batman versus Superman anymore.
No.
It's the Justice League.
It is the Justice League.
Because there's now rumours that the Flash is in it, and a girl
Gal
from
Gadot.
yeah, Gail,
yeah.
Saxon. How does that make you feel?
incredibly turned on. Let me see. Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot,
Who
who
was
was actually from the Fast and
Furious
Furious movies. She played Han's girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah,
So she will now be Wonder Woman.
she was. You know, I don't think we're going to see Wonder Woman in this movie. I think we'll see Diana Prince.
Yeah.
I think she'll be a character in this movie. I don't think we're going to see the Justice League just yet.
Yeah. But
And you know what? Here's the thing.
these are the building blocks
Yes.
that will lead to the Justice League.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's also been the talk that they're going to do the couple of lower budget movies a year as well. You know, I read an interview quite a while ago with Marc who said that despite the fact that it feels like DC are trying to really push these movies out now, this has been planned for years.
Right.
And I think it has. I don't think DC are going to, you know, I know we've had our differences over this. I thought they did an amazing job with Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And I
Well, in
can't
fact-
wait.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I'm sure you saw my Facebook post. I bought Man of Steel on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it again.
Uh-huh.
I really liked it.
Damn right, it's a great movie. It's
I
a
liked it.
really good movie.
Because like the first couple of times I watched it in the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the cinema bombards you. You know, you've got the surround sound, you've got the massive screen, and you know, and it's one of those immersive experiences, and there was a lot of, you know, those kind of swooping handheld camera shots and everything was everywhere, and I found myself not enjoying it. Watching it at home on crystal clear high definition Blu-ray with being able to turn the volume up and down or whatever, you know, I was fanboying towards the end. Just the fight scenes, you know, and you know, fair enough, the city gets destroyed. But it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 2006, whenever Superman Returns came out, everybody was like, no, Superman didn't do anything.
He didn't
There was
even
no
throw a
fights,
single
he didn't throw
punch.
anything. And then, you know, Zack Snyder goes, right, you know what, here you go, this is what would happen. And everybody's like, no, that's terrible, look at what they've done. You know what, fanboys, screw you. It was a great movie, alright? It was a really, really good movie.
That's the thing, fanboys, they're always going to complain.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot please everybody all the time. It
Yeah.
was a really, really good movie. And yeah, what you're saying is true. I watched it at home there last week as well, and the smaller moments are better at home.
Yes.
On the smaller screen, you know, the relationship with him and his father, and you know, sort of the plight of Krypton. It works. It's a great movie. I think it's a really, really good movie, and I can't wait to see what they do with it.
The guy who plays the Flash in Arrow isn't going to be the same
No,
guy.
no. Well, we don't know for definite, but
In
they've
the Man of
said that
Steel sequel.
Arrow is not going to have anything to do with the DC movies.
Yeah, and I can't really, because it's
No,
not the same tone.
because it's
by any
preposterous.
chance.
It's great, but
Yeah,
it's preposterous.
it's, you know, it's almost like the Penguin, you know, from the Adam West series popping up in the Michael Keaton movie.
Yeah, it wouldn't
you
make
know?
sense. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah. So the Wonder Woman thing yesterday was a bit of a what?
Yeah.
What? You know, so but yeah,
Are you even
it was
practicing that?
no. Why was it good?
No, it was
yeah.
good. I like it. It's come along.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
come a long way, baby.
Yeah, I know. Also, I don't know if you heard this. Bryan Singer just announced 2016
The Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Age of
X-Men
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I saw this on the site, and obviously
Mm-hmm.
because me and Ruth are not comic book nerds by any stretch of the imagination, it was like, okay, Age of Apocalypse is the new X-Men movie after Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Like
What?
that?
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, so that's coming, but he hasn't confirmed what it is. Apocalypse is like this super powerful demigod villain, and he tweeted a picture of Apocalypse.
What is, did you know the story of Age of Apocalypse?
No, and don't put me in the spot.
Okay, fair enough.
you, Saxon.
So,
No.
so it's pretty much bad stuff happens.
Yes, big bad guy. He's like a
Bane.
Thanos. He's like a
kinda
Thanos kind
he
of
kind of
character.
looks like Bane.
Yeah,
You know, he's
He does,
literally-
'cause he's
he's
like
the
this
guy
blue-
out to break the X-Men.
pretty much. So I mean, this will be a huge storyline.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically, half the movie will involve him picking up characters like Wolverine,
Yeah.
breaking them over his neck,
And flinging them away.
Magneto,
like so much rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah, just all the X-Men in a singular line as they're waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
And just this guy comes along and just snaps them like twigs and throws them away. And
Speak-
that's most of the movie.
Speaking of which, did you catch X-Men Last Stand on TV last night?
No, I didn't.
To quote Bill Murray in Scrooge, does that suck? It's
Yeah.
a horrible movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
It's
a horrible
so
movie.
bad.
terrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
If ever there was an incredibly poor choice for a director to direct a superhero movie. I mean, because, you know, people were like, really, Jon Favreau directing Iron Man? Really, Kenneth Branagh directing Thor? You know, Brett Ratner of Rush Hour fame.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, here's the thing, right? You're slagging off Paul Anderson as well earlier on.
I was, yeah.
I love Event Horizon. I love the first Resident Evil movie.
Well, that's fair enough.
So, you know, the
Those
guy
were
has...
a long time ago.
Yeah, but the guy has good movies in him. He
Yeah.
has good movies in him. And he tends to make... Because he's now done the 27th Resident Evil movie or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But, you know, the guy can make good movies, but I haven't watched this trailer for Pompeii yet.
Yeah, it looks daft.
Yeah,
It looks
it
like a
looks awful.
CGI nightmare.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Right?
I'm definitely not interested now after your reviews of it. So
Speaking of reviews, saw Frozen, the
Well,
new Disney movie. Watched it last weekend. Fantastic.
yeah.
Really good. Beautiful animation. Really simple story. Very well told. Classic Disney archetype. You know, princesses, queens. Really good villain twists halfway through as well,
Right.
which is really what you know. But yeah, 3 times. There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody
Ruth,
gets 3.
try a what?
what?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad.
So yeah, so saw Frozen. Gave it 4 out of 5. My full reviews on followthenerd.com. But yeah, it was great. It was really,
Now, of
really
course,
good.
it's a kids' movie. Naturally, you took the kids.
Yes.
What did the kids
All
think?
No, actually.
Kevin and Jacqueline just went to see.
yeah, left the kids at home. No, do you know, because my 2 kids, my wee girl is 4. She's just, you know, she's kind of at that age. As long as there's sweets and popcorn, she's happy.
Yeah.
That's
my
basically me as well.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of people are like that. But
And I say boys never grow up.
my wee fella, he's starting to really follow movies and he's getting into them. And he likes, you know, following the story and getting into it. Myself and my wife, obviously, were adults. All 4 of us were really entertained, and my wee girl was totally entertained because
Well, that's good.
you can tell when she's not entertained because every 10 minutes she wants to toilet break, which is actually just an excuse to walk around and see things. But she didn't know she had to go to the toilet once, and you could see her fidgeting in the seat because she didn't want to go. She was really into it. My wee fella thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. My wife liked it, so it's a really family friendly movie.
Yeah, it's not a kids' movie. It's a family movie.
It's very much a family movie.
Well, that's good. That's one of the most positive things.